We recommend you to use shirts you don't wear anymore cause we will undo them. Like this, you can make clothes that fit and that look good on you. A cutting mat, a shirt you like and want to remake, 1 meter of fabric you like, 1.5 meters of bias. If your fabric isn't elastic, we recommend you a zipper so you can wear it, a seam ripper, scissors, small scissors, thread, pins, J-foot or standard foot, zipper foot in case you use zipper, standard needle, and an iron. The first thing you have to do is separate the blouse in pieces with a seam ripper. If it has a bias, start removing it. Be careful not to tear the fabric. Like this, continue removing the seams. Remove the overlock seams so you can keep the seam allowance. Continue like this until you finish all the pieces. Once you have all the pieces, these will be the patterns. Lay the fabric and place each pattern to the grain line. Be careful not to extend the pieces. Hold them with pins. Each pattern already includes the seam allowance. Cut all the pieces. Try to make clean, exact cuts. Remember paying attention to the details in your shirt. For this blouse, we have to add 15 centimeters that will gather. With your machine, give a loose seam between the pins. Now pull the thread to frill the fabric. Pin this piece to the shirt front. Sew with a straight line 1 centimeter from the edge. Now the front piece is ready. To avoid using the overlock, we will close the seam with a bias. Sew 1 millimeter to the edge. Place back and front pieces front to front. First we will sew the sides, so pin them. Sew with a straight line ½ centimeter from the edge. Again, hide the seam with the bias. Remember, this is another way of avoiding the fabric to unravel. Repeat the procedure. Put the shoulders together and sew them. Again, hide the seam with the bias. Remove the flatbed attachment so it's easier to sew the armholes. Sew the bias open on the front of the armhole. Let without sewing 2 centimeters at the end and at the beginning of the armhole. Now sew the bias on the 2 centimeter and give security stitches. Cut the excess of bias, giving 0.5 centimeters from the seam. Cut notches on all the armholes so the seam looks nice. Fold 2 times the bias and sew it 1 millimeter from the edge. Do the same on the other armhole and in the neckline. To do the hem, sew the bias open on the front of the fabric. Now, sew on the first folding of the bias. At last, fold the bias and sew it 1 mm from the edge. Remember, to give a good presentation, you should always iron the seams. And ready! Now you know how to duplicate your clothes. Again, thanks for watching and don't forget to visit our site.